That's great to say. No? Or only the experiment page. I think you can share only the portal page.
This one.
Or both of them. Side by
Yeah,
side.
yeah, that's what I was doing.
Okay,
Okay,
that's fine.
we can start.
So, yeah, we can start with the reservation of the resources. So as we like selected link one, so we need to reserve these two endpoints. First one is that with Wilson Hall and agronomy farm. Second one is agronomy farm. So we need to reserve the host computers from here. So for that, you can do it by yourself maybe.
Okay.
So releases, we need to go to releases.
While clicking, don't lift your finger. Just keep it there. No, that
No?
will be helpful. I mean, don't lift. Just click like this. Now click.
It's loading,
Okay,
right?
yeah, it's
so
loading.
it's
Yeah.
already- yeah. So from here, we need to do the create leads for
Okay.
two of the base stations. Yeah, why it's too hard? Like you need to move harder. So,
away from some shuttle by user.
আমরা ঠিকঠাকও করে বলছি যে মনিটরে হচ্ছে আমরা করব বাইরে মনিটর থেকে হয়ে গেছে প্রবলেম নাই থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ
so we can just give a Wilson Hall experiment one.
আমি আসতেছি
Experiment one, okay. So start date, end date, we don't need to give it right now because anyway it will be 2 hours only. Reservation will be 2 hours if you don't give any kind of like start and end. Okay, so we can just go the next one. Yeah, so here first we decided like for link one we need to like reserve this Wilson Hall, right? So from here there is a list of the base stations. So we will select this one, Wilson Hall. Resource type is ARA Hall. So there is a guideline here, instruction how resource type will be ARA Hall, device type will be host, and you need to give the device ID. So ID will be 000. Okay, so then create list. It's working or not? Yeah, working. Unable to create a list. Why? I think someone already like reserved these resources. I think Edward, he already reserved these resources. Okay, so if Wilson Hall is already reserved by one people, then you cannot reserve it again. So how can we like check it if it's reserved? Okay, so you can sit here. That will be better. Still not there, right?
I don't think so.
Okay. Let's do that then.
I think it's okay.
Yeah. So we reserve this. Then the container, we need to create a container for that. Yeah, create container. So here just the name, experiment one.
Got it.
Got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
This
yeah,
is how.
in parallel, you can also do for link 3. Click here, just click here. Yes, we are good now. Okay,
Did that.
we did that twice. I don't know what happened. If it is. No, maybe the second experiment it will be recorded perfectly. Uh, Otherwise, like, so this is the remote. So one is Wilson Hall. So we reserve agronomy firm. So we can, if we like use this flag, remote flag, okay? This is double dash remote. Then you will get the statistical data for Wilson Hall as well. Okay. So
Do you know how far?
uh, obviously, so these two are like 6.5 miles. So
So these are. This one's the longest.
this one is the longest. This is 15 miles.
Not.
15 miles is kind of like in kilometers, you can say more than 23 kilometers.
Yeah.
So it's so long. There is no commercial link like this one. So uh, then we can run some other fish ad. Yeah, we'll do this, then we'll move to the second experiment. That will be very because kind of like this is the same. So you just like set up all this, like reserve the resources, create the containers, then it will be ready. So then you can like select the link, and then you should like just run the commands to show the output on all everything. So here is the kind of like what is the available throughput and all this stuff. What is the RSL level? What is the like SNR? So you can enter what is the like maximum capacity right now is available. This kind of stuff you will see. So just another thing, millimeter wave from the remote end. So remote. Yeah, this is kind of like the status checking, and also like we can do some configuration changes here. So yeah. Now I think we can go to the second experiment. Yeah, now the sensitivity. So second experiment is mainly the throughput and latency check. It is the same. You can also go from here, a whole experiment. This one, the second one. Yeah. So here we will just like set up Hyper server and all this stuff. So for this, I will use another link. So we can use link 3 because right now we have like two separate base stations, like totally different. So just we can create the list. First one is Gilbert and second one is I6. So first, yeah, Gilbert experiment 2, or you want to do it from your left hand? Yeah, you can. Or no, I'm sharing, so maybe it will be better. Okay, so this is the ARA hall. The device ID will be the same 000 because the host computer we are using. So really,
Wait, are we still sharing the screen? Because I think the sharing screen thing is gone. I think it stops once in a while.
I think so. Okay. I'm not sure why it stopped, but yeah, someone reserved Gilbert Base Station. Someone reserved I6 host as well. We need to unmute yourself.
কিন্তু যে পরিমাণ কাজওয়ার্ড ইউজ করতেছে device ID
On the 315. Okay. Leads like resources has been reserved. Then we need to create the container. Why?
Why do you need to know the meaning of what?
no, he just like clicked it twice.
I just clicked it twice. It's not intentional. I don't know. Yeah, so create container, just Gilbert Gilbert XP2 image. So we have like different image for that. It's called everything. I'm not used to Mac. That's why.
I think you're down, by the way. Your share screen. I don't think you're sharing anymore.
Yeah.
Why does it stop like time to time? Does it even make sense?
I think I have to reset my computer or something.
It's like that's not doing right. It's
I don't know.
What-
At this point, if I want to just troubleshoot it, I don't know where to.
doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. I'm not sure. So. How can we even see? Every time I need to check it or something. Okay, successful.
Sorry, how is the standard way of saving the results, like SCP or
SCP?
SCP or SCP, right?
Yeah.
I think FCP, yeah.
Yeah. Then another one. 6. It's too slow. Otherwise, like it's fast actually. Somehow, right now it's too slow. What happened to this? Why I cannot?
You did reserve it.
No, I reserved it. What happened to this, man?
It did not load.
Go back.
Can I go back?
Okay.
I think it did not load. Yeah.
I win this. I don't know to know. Yes. It's too slow. So back. Can we open? Can we
Yeah.
open this in a separate tab?
Yeah.
Just right before, right after that. Yeah, somehow. Oh man, it's too slow.
Pretty well.
So IP first we need to check the IP addresses. This is the attached local IP addresses we can use. And no one is paying attention. So we can do this ping 192.168.6.128 and we can see it's pinging.
I think we need to start the next session because we need to go for a site visit at 5. Shall we start? Yeah.
You are ready to introduce?
It's actually for them, like for the
Yeah.
AraThon.
Yes, yes. Hey guys, we are going to move on to the last session before the field trip. If we may have just a few minutes of your attention. So Saras, Tamer, who gonna talk about what's going to take place tomorrow, so that maybe some of you can even start think about the activity for tomorrow as we go through the evening. So Saras, you wanna maybe introduce?
Yeah. So tomorrow we are planning to do kind of AraThon. It's like solving some problems related to something related to maybe the data sets, or you are actually developing a tool for the ARA platform. So 2 ways you can see. So we actually prepared kind of 3 problems. You can say 2 problems are based on data sets. I think those who attended last year, mostly it was data analytics and finding out some interesting patterns or something from the data sets. So last year we had limited data sets. For example, we had some data sets related to the backhaul, but it was only from one link. But now we have the complete mesh, right? So we have data from the other links, and it's kind of huge data sets. It's the order of several GBs, right? We compressed it, and one is actually from the ARA hall. Another is actually from the Massive MIMO platform. Then the third one, these two are kind of data analytics. You can find interesting observations. You can analyze data. I think each member can explain to you what data set is and all other things. Then the third one is actually related to the NextG framework. Joshua can explain you. Today you were trying to get some ping delay and the throughput and everything, right? How you can make it into a beautiful monitoring platform, something like you may know the Grafana platform, where you can see the live throughput and latency and everything. And yeah, I mean in ARA platform, right? When how you can make it, and is there anything more you can do apart from um, what points that we are giving to you? Yeah, so that way, so I'm not taking much time. I'm thinking Timur, Nadeem, and Joshua can explain what exactly these three things are. So I'm planning to share the datasets today evening. So the thing is that we can actually make groups. For each dataset, we can have 2 groups working on them, right? It doesn't need to depend on today what you did. Maybe today you are interested in the NextG platform. Tomorrow you can try on the H-Hall, right? It doesn't matter, whatever your interest is. So Timur can start explaining the data sets related to the MIMO, then Nadeem, then Joshua. Okay.
So if let me just add a word there. I think the idea for the hackathon essentially to give us a chance to, while we're here together, right, to really try something that can leverage the collective wisdom we have. Also add a little bit flavor to, kind of a little bit competition. So I think what we have right now is what the team is going to share is some ideas we come up with we thought could be useful for us to try. As you listen to those ideas, feel free to think about maybe are there anything else we think we should be doing here, we can explore. We would welcome any new thoughts other than what we have been able to come with ourselves. I guess one probably thing that we can look at, folks, as we go to the field trip, would be to think about, I think there's a team formation that, right, the team doesn't have to be the same team that you work on in the training. You can start thinking about how to recruit your team members, besides, deciding which topic to focus on. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is the just a brief intro to the MIMO data, actually. So the data itself, it's for about 28 days. It contains the KPI data, UE stats data, latency data, CSI data, and user grouping data. There will be an Excel file. Actually, I will just go through that just quickly. So there is an Excel file which is explaining, since this data was collected over many days, so there might be some missing data, some missing intervals actually. So just to help you guys, we parse the data, right? We try to clean it a little bit, but all that information is kind of shared in the Excel file. Then there is a Word file which is explaining the data, right? For example, what is the KPI data? What is the UE states data, right? What are the specific fields that you need to look into the the data, because the data itself is a lot. We are also sharing plots this time, for each day, so that you can see when it is, the weather stuff, for example, raining and snow, and the bus rates and stuff like that. So there are some plots there. We have also included example script just to help you start with, actually, like how to read the data, how to go through the data. The CSI data is available only for the June 2025 dates. The other dates, actually, right, the data was not collected. And make sure the user grouping data is very large, actually, right? So for each group, actually, all the groups that the user, the base station has made, it has if it is basically compressed, but if the compressed data is kind of about 1 GB and 2 GB files, actually, right? So if you uncompress it, actually, it will be a lot. So make sure you have enough space in your laptops, let's say 10 GB or something, so then you can work with it. So yeah, just to start with the data, actually, right, what you will do is basically check first the plots, like all the plots, actually. Which days have the most data available, which days can be mostly helpful for analysis. There are consecutive days. There are, some are the dates are kind of in the middle of the month. And then try to identify the trends, actually, right? So check the individual UE rates, right? And maybe the aggregate rates, the SNRs, right? What is in the weather, actually, what type of weather it is. And then try to come up with the ideas, actually, right? Whether the system behavior can be predicted based on the trends in the data, actually. There is the June 26th and June 27th, there is iPerf data in there. So basically most of the data, actually, with the other days are kind of the base station, the UEs are idle, right? So the base station is trying to calculate their SNR, right? And based on that, it is calculating the capacity. But on 2 specific dates, actually, we started iPerf on the UEs, right? From all the UEs, actually. And then you can also see, right, whether what is the difference when the actual data is basically going over the link, right? If there is any impact, right, on the channel when it is loaded. So at the end of the AraThon, actually, what's expected is basically to identify those trends, actually, right? Suggest the prediction models and stuff, like whether the system behavior can be predicted. We are providing all the ideas on the data itself, not the ideas, but the the intervals, right, when the data is missing and like when it is available. So we have to clean this data actually, right, to make it like broadly available. So any ideas that can be added to the report or the slides, actually, it will be like really helpful. And then basically one of the tasks for this time basically is the collaborative work. So we have like 2 teams for the MIMO. Like both the team will be working on the same data, and our goal could be to basically whether the group can collaborate actually, right? I mean, we will help definitely, right? But like whether the group can collaborate, right? I mean, you have this evening, you have tomorrow, right? Whether we can come up with really like good results actually, right? That can like result in an article, for example. So that will be kind of our target, right, for this AraThon, right? That we will have like four people per group, actually. So we have 4 people, actually, right? So all the time can be utilized, right? So if something is not finished tomorrow, we can, I mean, take it with ourselves actually later, and then we can collaborate actually. So that's it. It's just a quick overview. Let me show you. Sarat will share the data with you actually here. So this is basically the file that will be shared with you actually. So there is the rain, actually, like all the plots for the rain and snow. So if you open it actually, right, you will see all these plots there, right, for each of the data. And then you can see the Excel file. Actually, the Excel file is explaining the missing data. So for example, the highlighted are the consecutive dates actually. So in December, in February, and in June, right? So June will be mostly rainy kind of weather, right? In December and February, like it will be mostly snowy kind of weather actually. And then there is March weather, there is mixed kind of weather, right? So there is explanation actually, right, in the Word file of how to read this Excel file. So this Word file has basically a lot of information, right? So it starts with, it's loading. Yeah, so it starts with basically example script, right? Basically like I have highlighted some of the stuff actually. You can check that, right? And then basically there is the Excel file description. What does the missing data mean, right? What are the weather types? So there is a lot of like information in there. And then about the data itself. So this is the KPI data, right? Mostly you will find the SNRs, the data rates stuff actually in this one, right? And then basically there is the latency data, there is CSI data, there is the UE stats. So the UE stats mostly contain the receive power, receive gains, right? Stuff like that. And then there is the grouping data. So grouping data I have uploaded only for 5 days actually. I mean, these files you can see kind of, for example, this file is 3.1 GB. This one is 2 GB, right? So basically, if you these are compressed files, right? So if you uncompress it, it will be even more. So we will try to use this data, right, in the AraThon actually, right? And then if you have questions, you can ask me, right? But take the data with you today in the evening, work on it. Try to use the scripts that have been provided, come up with ideas so that tomorrow we are well prepared to start like working on it. Any questions? 2 groups. Maybe we can do later, right? So if you have any questions, just come to me. We can. Nadeem, you want to explain next or?
So some data set.
Yeah, so, Sarat will send.
Yeah, I'll send a link to the folder where all the data sets are there. Some data sets are actually of bigger size. So we actually compressed it. So it may look like 1.2 GB, but when you uncompress it, it may go a little. Yeah, you know, right? So it will go a little bit more. So just be cautious with your free space in your computer when you uncompress it. Can you share? No. You need to press something, right?
Project.
Share screen. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So, hi everyone. So first I will start with the whole AraThon. What is the like objective? What is the challenges, and what will be the deliverables for this AraThon? Then I will like explain the data and some of the data set, like how we will organize, how we organized it, and how to like read it. So the main overview or is that the AraThon challenge, the participants will analyze like analyze the real-time series data that is collected from the ARA Hall network, which is a like wireless XL mesh network, consists of like seven like wireless XL links, which have different kind of technologies, both millimeter wave and microwave. And these data, like wireless XL data, or each link data is kind of mapped with its corresponding weather data. So the challenges mainly the participants are kind of expected to analyze this kind of time series link data to explore how kind of like the spatial diversity, temporal diversity, and the spectral diversity influence the link behavior. So they will evaluate, they are expected to evaluate the impact of weather on each link performance actually, and investigate the correlation between the link and the specific weather parameters. At the end, participants are expected to kind of develop a model that can forecast a link behavior in a like fine time scale, such as like seconds and sub-milliseconds, which will help to like make the decision how the traffic will like change, the traffic routes will change in real time. So there are like some resources we are giving. These are mainly the data set, the ARA Hall time series data set from multiple links and technologies, and ARA Hall time series data mapped with the weather data. So this is kind of like I think like all of us have seen this picture actually previously in some of the presentations. So these are mainly, this is the ARA Hall link, like ARA Hall mesh network we have. So in this data set, we are going to provide data on 4 different links. So in last year, it was the data from only one link. That was the phase 1 link, this agronomy to Wilson Hall. But this year, we have much more data actually. So it's from like agronomy farm to Gilbert, ag farm to Wilson Hall I6, and Gilbert to I6 links. And like each link has, each link is kind of a different technology. Some are called like MBXD technology. So it's a multi-band cross diversity technology. So it has like 2 different radios, which has like 80 gigahertz radio and 11 gigahertz radio. And in each radio, it has 2 simultaneous channel, kind of like horizontal and vertical. So each link has, you can say like for MPXD link, each link has 4 different channels, 2 for 11 gigahertz and 2 for 80 gigahertz. And for this WTM 4811, so it has like 1 millimeter wave channel which is operating at 80 gigahertz and 2 11 gigahertz channel. So in total, like there's a lot of data for different links. So you will like get like tons of data to like analyze, I believe. And it will be like interesting as well. So what can be the deliverables? So by the end of this AraThon, like each team should submit kind of a comprehensive data analysis report with kind of clear visualization and kind of like a machine learning approach or model that can capable of predicting short time scale link behavior based on the data we have provided, and some of the performance evaluation of this model, like the developed model that can includes like metrics, some kind of like evaluation metrics such as MAE, that mean absolute error, or mean absolute relative error, etc. So that is kind of a brief intro for the AraThon challenges. Now I will briefly go through the data set. So so we have, like, as I mentioned earlier, we are providing kind of like data for 4 different links. So you can see like I kind of use the acronym for that. So Gilbert, so GL is Gilbert, AG is ACForm, MBXD is kind of the link, what type of link it is, and also like my which frequency is available, millimeter wave and microwave. So there are four base station, like 4 links data here, and in the readme.txt file, you will find some like instruction how to read this data and how each file is kind of named actually. So what is kind of the nomenclature for that? So each file is kind of like weather data, then start date, end date, then what is the source node, like transmission node, what is the reception node, then what is the technology, and what is the main importantly, what is the configuration? Are we using some kind of adaptive configuration for that, for like collecting the data, or some kind of like fixed configuration? And also what frequency or what channel we are using, the carrier number, and lastly, it's like there are some kind of timestamp, right? So which timestamp we are using. So it's mainly the UTC we use. So there are like 2 or 3 columns which has kind of like timestamp or date time name. So the participants can use date time, this column for like use this column for the timestamps actually. And so somehow the first one.
We can have it up in 1 minute.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so just another thing, participants can go through this readme.txt file. They will get some idea, and I have also like put something, some line, like some data here. These are kind of interesting data when there are kind of like heavy rainfall or light rainfall. So I have like mentioned this start and end as well. And I will just briefly show some Excel like CSV file. So in the CSV file, all this source, destination, then what is the bandwidth, TX modulation, TX frequency, then SNR level, RSL level, and fade margin, BTR rate, this kind of data is available. And it's kind of mapped with the weather data, rain rate, rain intensity, pressure, temperature, all of this. And so weather DC is kind of the link statistical data we mapped with weather data, and we have like another file there. It's called weather iPerf data. So it has the like bit rate available for each link, and it's mapped with also the weather data. So it's a huge file. There are kind of like only in this file 431K sample is available. So yeah, it's kind of huge data. I think I need to wrap it up very shortly. So yeah, I think we will share this data and this instruction tonight. So if we have any kind of any question, feel free to reach out. So now Josh will like explain the next G AraThon challenges. Thank you.
We will actually come back here after the field trip, so there's plenty of time for you to ask questions. There's a poster session, I think, start at 6:30, right? So maybe Josh, we can stay at high level, and then folks can chat afterwards. Not miss the timing too much is there's actually some folks in the ag farm that are waiting for us, and they work close to at 6 o'clock. We want to kind of make sure we get there before they shut the door, because they have some like ag drums, ground vehicles like robot we can check out.
It's fine.
Right. So I'll try to keep this very simple.
So folks that have already run the open source 5G experiment, specifically the SRS, this is kind of like a highlight of what you basically see at the G node B, right? So you see link parameters like SINR, bit rate, and all that, right? So what this challenge or what this hackathon entails is basically for you to scrape this data, right, here on the terminal in real time, and then export it to a metrics server. And then basically from there, you can use whatever database that you want to use. I suggested a couple of tools here, specifically for the time series database like InfluxDB. So you can scrape the data or export the data to this particular database. And then from there, in real time, we can have access to this data. So instead of you collecting the metrics directly using this console terminal, you can write a script or basically build a very small, a short framework that basically scrapes the data, send it to the database, and then we can collect the data from there in real time, right? And then bonus, you can use like observability tools like Grafana to show the metrics as they change with time. So that's basically this hackathon. If you have any questions on tools that you can use, you can let me know. But I'll share this document via email, and then you guys can go through it in depth. But basically, these are the tools. You use SRS. We did not spend time on OAI, so basically SRS. You can use Influx. You can use Telegraph to collect the metrics from the terminal to the database, and then you can use Grafana to display the metrics. Right? So there's already a similar thing in SRS, but you know, like this is ARA, orchestration platform, and everything is different, and it's tailored towards a large-scale experimental platforms, right? So we want to be able to have like a data collection and an observability pipeline so far as this platform is concerned, right? So that it will enable seamless data collection for users. So that's basically this. So if you have any questions, you can let me know, but I will share this document with folks. Yeah.